Girls, how you doing? Let's do the pickacard, and today's gonna be what do they love about you? Ooh, this is nice. This is nice. Okay, let's go. Wow, this week has been quite something, is it? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's go. So, 1, 2, 1, 2. Pile number 1, what do they love about you? Death. Lovely. It's a good card. The World. 7 of Cups. Well, what I love about you is like you're not, afraid to reinvent yourself. Maybe a bit too much, maybe a bit too often, like you never stop. You always do something new, always found maybe a new job, a new thing, a new, whatever. I kind of know that kind of feelings. Yeah, and it's quite exciting. It keep it very, very exciting for them as well. Unpredictable, never boring, a bit all over the place, but at the same time, fascinating because you have that capacity to rebound. If there's something not working for you, then you find something else, which is a bit worry for them as well, because if they bother you to a certain degree, then arrivederci, right? Oopsie. Right, at the same time, yeah, you well traveled, maybe physically, but also, you always very curious about things. You always look for answers. You always try new things. It goes very well, obviously it's a renewal energy with those 2 cards. You definitely like to, investigate new things, but also you might be on a channel like this, having a business online, being an entrepreneur, doing your own thing, and not be afraid to put yourself out there. You're not timid, and they love that as well because it's very confident. Okay, you go out there, you do this, and if you had to give birth to yourself again and look within and reinvent yourself, you're not afraid to do that and really go deep, like the inner child issue, all that kind of stuff. You've done that work, or you're working on it, and you're very intrigued by that kind of stuff, very much. So, yeah, you have big dreams, but also you don't keep them as a level of dreams. You don't like to stay too, still. You want to daydream on something and then make it happen, manifest it. You're not very keen on procrastinating. With those 2 cards, definitely you don't like that. But yeah, there's moments maybe where you need to pause. Maybe they would like you to sometimes just chillax for a second. But you always think of something. Your mind is always, excuse me, very busy. Because you always think of the next things to do. That's cool. That's very cool. But at the same time, maybe, trying to find a balance as well, right? Yeah. You're very, how can I say, open-minded. You're not afraid to go and grab what you want. You're looking for love. You're looking for self-love. You're looking for the new adventure. Excuse me, George is here. You're looking for the next things to do always. So again, we're going in the same kind of direction here. But what I'm like in this one as well is the idea of you're not afraid to be the leader. You're not afraid to try something that nobody dare to try. You don't care if you're gonna, fail or not. At the end of the day, you go for it. And what people think, whatever, Exactly. So yeah, for me as well, you learn to balance yourself. They love that as well. Maybe you balance them out. You make them believe that it's okay. It's okay. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be all right. You make them calm down. With you by their side, they don't worry. Because you bring that balance, you bring that faith in the universe, you make them feel protected, you think you are protected, you believe in the universe, you're very spiritual, I think, and make them feel calmer about their own life, okay, or whatever trouble they're going through. So they really want to be part of your life. They want to be surrounded by that energy. You make them feel very cozy, right? Yeah, with you they can rest, and with you they can deal with the inner child. They understand better what needs to be looked into. Maybe they, with you they understand on a spiritual level the work they have achieved, what they've been through, what the meaning behind it. Maybe they were with a karmic, maybe they had a karmic there to pay off, and they understand it better. And with you, they can rest, they can feel at home. Number 4 is the home, and that is so precious in this world. When you have a place when you can feel, You can just, just put your weapon down and just rest. You don't need to be protecting yourself. That is absolutely stunning. So for me, it's all very positive, to be fair. Let's have a major arcana anyway. So what do they love about you? Pile number 1. The strength, yeah, absolutely. Because you're not afraid to go out there. You're not afraid to put yourself maybe on a funny situation sometimes. You're not afraid to be vulnerable, and it takes a very strong person to show your sensitivity and to show your vulnerability. It takes a very strong person, and by doing so you allow them to do the same for themselves. Why is that alarm thing going on? Come on. And that is part of your strength, but you make them strong as well, or stronger at the end of the day. So it's absolutely spectacular, absolutely beautiful. So very nice pile indeed. So pile number 2, what do they love about you? Knight of Cups, King of Cups, the Sun. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. Yeah. You really are someone who goes into your inner child. You're not afraid to make a fool of yourself. You're not afraid to be girly or boyish. You're not afraid to be free like a bird, very naive sometimes, very fresh in your heart, very fresh. This idea of like, I am who I am, a lot of joy. You bring a breath of fresh air. You are a ray of sunshine in their life. You bring so much freedom for them as well to do the same. You allow them to be free because you're free yourself. You're very natural. You don't wear makeup or very little, or you don't do extra bits. You don't try to show off. You're just who you are. They really feel that with you as well. They're safe. They're safe because it's a little boy, little girl, or 2 little boys or 2 little girls playing together. And that's absolutely beautiful. It's so fresh, so refreshing as well, I would say. So stunning. And it's that idea of truth. I feel safe to be myself with you. I don't need to hide behind the facade, right? So that allow them as well to want to move towards you with vulnerability, but also be within their own vulnerability. With you, they allow themselves to remove, that facade, that, protection. They want to be vulnerable. They want to open their heart. The Cups is all about the feeling, the emotion, and share a lot of things that they would normally wouldn't do. Maybe they have like, that face, very serious face at work, for example, but with you, they can be truly themselves. Yeah, absolutely. For me, because what they love about you is so fresh, come from the heart, they also allow themselves to open up and say I love you, where normally they would be more like I stay on the fence, or I don't show emotion, or I just don't say nothing. You allow them to open that gate, to open that door, which is absolutely stunning. So let's have a look. Yeah, they maybe watch your picture, watch you on on your social media. You're very active on your social media, you're very much out there. You can also be, very witty as well with your tongue. You can be very sharp as well if you need to. You know how to protect yourself. You're not afraid, If someone attack, you will be right there. Definitely, yeah. You think so? You're very fast. You don't waste any time. You go for your dream. You go for your new adventure. If you want somebody as well, you go for that as well. So it's absolutely bing, bing, bing. And you're very clear as well. Okay? Yeah. They see you as someone with whom they can co-create anything. With you, anything is possible. You're very ambitious, you're very driven, without being too much, you keep it real. But you're not afraid to build, an empire. They can see you are someone who is driven, who is ambitious, who is ready to create something even bigger than you may anticipate. And that's wonderful, because they want someone who's driven, like by their side, next to them. They want someone who has big dreams, and you go for it. And also, it's not just about you want to be known for that. You want to help people. You want to make people as well very at ease with their life. You want to help people. You want to provide. You want to make sure that everyone is, well looked after. You want abundance around you, not just for yourself. It has to be as well for everybody else around you. This is beautiful. Okay, so for me, they love a lot of things. They love your ambition, but the reason behind it as well, which is very generous, obviously. So let's have a look. Major arcana is quite straightforward there. Let's have a look. Why do they like the devil? Ooh, because you're very naughty as well. It's possible. But you're very sexy. And that's something they feel like, oof, temptation. They like to look at your picture because you're very attractive. And they may be a bit obsessed about that as well. They love watching you. Go swim back with that. On this note, have a beautiful day and I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah. Ciao.